ফুটওয়্যার ডাইজেস্ট একটা স্বপ্ন, যে স্বপ্ন নিয়ে আমরা শুরু করছি এবং এই স্বপ্ন নিয়ে আমরা এগিয়ে যেতে চাই। আমরা আশা করি যে সমস্ত স্টেক হোল্ডারদের সাহায্য সহযোগিতা পেলে আমরা এগিয়ে যেতে পারবো ইনশাআল্লাহ।
The MAF has the installed capacity is about 25 million pair. In 2018, we have shipped 15 million pairs of shoes. 2019, the growth was in line, but unfortunately when the COVID started to expand everywhere, then the things started just slowing down. The world was in a panic. We were in panic, and then just after in 3 years' time, we had to struggle really very hard to continue to our production, our growth, and then again after the COVID period, we started recovering. The world market was showing a positive trend, but as you know, it's really very unfortunate that the Ukraine war now is causing more problems than we had during the COVID time. At least in COVID time, the prices were stable or in a downtrend. Now, every single product that we look at, it's really quite a bit unstable situation. The pricing is changing every single day. Though again, we are also we are trying to survive. We have some commitments with the buyer, and the buyer also have some commitments with us. And both of us is trying to cope up with the new situation, how to survive in this during this pandemic time. The journey that when we started back in 2010, we had no material supply locally available. We had to depend on China 100%. About all the materials were imported. Now we are lucky enough that after 2015, so many suppliers now are coming up. Now we have synthetic leather. Now we have a mesh supplier. We MAF producing a lot of outsoles, even materials. Apart from that, now we have another supplier from Kumile Bizet. We have another supplier from Chittagong, RMG Footwear, is sitting over here. So the entire industry in 10 years' time, in last 13 years, if I see in 13 years' time, in 2010, we had no local supplier, and within this 13 years, now we have so many of them. So there's definitely a possibility. Market is potential. The world market needs us, and as well as we do need them. And now there's a trend is going on, a discussion going on in the worldwide. The buyer, since the China is very expensive, everyone wants to get out of China. Well, this might be a key sign to us to get into the local, in the global business, as we can see it is now. Probably we expect that after the Ukraine war, everything, the world market will come to a regular situation. If there is a production, if there is the end product, definitely there will be backward linkages. As I mentioned, we have now in every aspect, at least one supplier is available. Upper material like mesh, 3D mesh, and the synthetic for outsole. Yeah, we have a couple of more suppliers, and we have more factories for the finished goods. Definitely, we will have a more backward linkage support probably nearly very, very soon. There's always a hope in this industry, though it's not really very easy to think of. Shoe definitely is not an easy industry. If we take it very lightly, we will be making a big mistake. But yes, there is a hope. Whoever, I think the most of us here is definitely is running a shoe factory. And some of us here probably are thinking of to become to start a shoe factory. If you really want to start a shoe factory, I must recommend that you have to be a shoemaker no matter what. Know your shoe first. Yes, there is a market, it is a potential, and it is promising. And it is promising by any means. I again trying to mention again that there's a possibility, high possibility. I am assured that this digest is going to help us with a lot of information that we need. Probably earlier, that's most of us didn't know about the local supplies. Today I came to know that one of our member from the LFMEAB, he didn't know that we have a lace supplier from Chittagong. A few days back, the Nasim Munzur said, the president of our association, LFMEAB, he was mentioning that he didn't know that we have a lace supplier from Chittagong. He used to buy a lot of laces from China. Even though we used to buy laces from China, now is no more. We used to buy a lot of TPR outsoles from China. Now we are not buying anymore. We are getting 100% local support. We used to buy a lot of TPR chemicals from Taiwan. Now we are getting it from locally. So the country is developing, country is moving, shoe industry is not moving, is running. The backward linkages are coming up. The shoes industry is coming up. I came to know that today is 5 or 4 more new factories are on the way. When we enlisted our factory in 2010 to the association, our number was like 21, and we were the last one to entry. Now today, I think probably we have 200 or more list in our association. Hopefully, we will see more, and the surprises are coming. But again, if I get into the industry again, just few years back, we didn't have any tooling industry. Now, probably we are going to, I think one more supplier already have opened in Bangladesh, which is a good sign. Foreign investments are coming. Like if I can mention that the Palchon Group, the largest manufacturers in the world now, he has been running one factory. Now he's going to start another factory in Kumilla, Jingshan. Then I think another factory called Golden Sun or something like that. Probably, if I'm not wrong. Few Chinese factories already they have started in Kumilla and in other parts of Bangladesh. So, if there is no potentiality, if there is no possibility, they definitely wouldn't be here. I hope our 10 years journey, our 13 years journey was a big surprise, even for us. Like I didn't know how did we survive in so many obstacles, but definitely, yeah, we managed to stand today now in here. Probably in 10 years' time, I can see that the Bangladesh will no more known as the garment manufacturer, but as a footwear manufacturers as well. $215 billion market. 1%, I think is what? 25 or 2.5? 2.5. 2.5 is nothing. It's just a blink of an eye. Probably in 5 years down the line, like you can see, there's a 2.5 billion or more we will be producing. We keep on talking about the Vietnam. Vietnam has its own limitations, how far they can go. You can talk about Indonesia, it has its own limitations, population limitations, landscaping limitations. Definitely, the potential segment, the growth, and everything is with the Bangladesh. I hope to see probably in coming years, in any digest meeting, footwear digest meeting, we will have what, not 13 or 14 suppliers, right? Manufacturing 16, probably 30 or 40. I hope. Let's wait for the future. Let's see. We have some from the buyer side here as well. I definitely tell them and ask them to have patience, not to take a quick decision. It's not about one company, it's about a country. It's about the future. if we wait, guys have been waiting, you guys have been looking into the market for the last 10, 12 years or 15 years or more, and probably those were the nudging here. Now it's time to grow, and you will experience probably in coming future. Thanks again to the to Footwear Digest to believe in me to say something on behalf of the industry, and thanks everyone to listen to me carefully. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, we have belief and faith in you. I just like to share a very personal thing about math. I'm so much proud as a Bangladeshi. I don't ask me the name, but one of your buyer once told me that when you started your journey, math, they used to advise you to follow a foreign company, foreign shoemaker, and I happen to be working with them, and now it's opposite. It's like the buyer is asking the foreign companies to learn from math because their performance. So I push, yes. So salute you, math, that you are leading, and we believe that more to come, and there is enough pie, so we can work together and go. So we are almost concluding part. I just quickly, I'll request two of our special guests to share their opinions. First, I'll request Mr. Ratindranath Pal, Managing Director of RFL Group, to come over and to say a few words. Sorry, sir, I cannot give you too much time, but your presence is very important.
Thank you, Mehdi. Very good evening to everyone. So, in our 42 years journey of Pran RFL Group, we have lately started footwear business as well. Right? It is a rewarding business. Within 2 years' time of starting local footwear under the brand called Walker, we could get a good customers called H&M to produce for them, right? And since then we have been getting many more orders. Even sometimes we said, no, we are not in a position to supply you more, right? This is the potentiality of footwear, right? And I can tell you that if I can supply them 10 times more, they are ready to buy. That's the demand in the market. And you'll be happy to know that we are going to enhance our capacity by double within 6 months' time, right? And it will move on. And thank you very much, Mehdi, that he has taken in with a wonderful initiative to please all the stakeholders, which is very important. And about journalism, I should say that don't pull us back, because we Bangladeshi entrepreneurs are courageous enough to face any kind of challenges. If you cannot push us, please don't pull back, right? If you just remain neutral, we know how to flourish our opportunity, our scope to the universe, because we are Pran Group. We have been exporting to 145 countries all of our products that we produce in Bangladesh, right? We know how to export also footwear, but I'm sure that if journalists do some publications positively about footwear, about Bangladesh, about the enterprises, I hope that will be a great support for the industry like us. Thank you very much for having your great initiative. Thank you.
Our last honorable speaker, Dr. Firdaus Sarwar, Professor and Head, Department of Industrial and Production Engineering. So I'll request Dr. Sarwar to give a brief, but as usual, very enlightening guidance.
Thank you, Mr. Mahbub, for giving me a chance to say something in front of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I have been serving as the head of department and the professor in BUET of Department of Industrial and Production Engineering. So basically, I'm an industrial engineer, but the linkage with the footwear industry with the industrial and production or the systems engineering is the history of this is, you know, it goes way long back. So the panel discussion was very enlightening, and at first I would like to thank the venture of Footwear Digest, because this type of publication is very much enlightening and useful for the future of footwear in Bangladesh, basically. So actually from panel discussion, some points that should be noted that actually we do some researches because the people from footwear industry sometimes come to us, and we send our students for industrial training to the major leading footwear industries of Bangladesh, and we do some research on that. So there are definitely some lackings, and I would say that the most important thing is to apply the concept of modern operations management and the supply chain concepts in footwear industry. So there is some lacking, and that's why to bridge the gap, the industry and the academia should come hand in hand, because okay, so there's a really very valuable point that came out, that we actually maybe we do not need a lot more engineering or university graduates, but actually we need more educated and skilled manpower in our basic workforce level. So definitely, you know, the government should strengthen the skill development project and skill development institutions, so that we can get more international standard workers for our footwear industry. So that is one important thing. Another important thing is the quality issues. So you know that Toyota already set up an embodiment of quality, and they introduced TPS, or Toyota Production System. So why not we can come up with some of our own quality standard and implement them in the footwear industry. So okay, thank you all. I won't going for a long speech, because we are almost closing our today's occasion. So thank you all, and good night.
Thank you, Dr. Firdaus Sarwar sir. We're just ending our program, but last but not the least, we have to ask Hussein Tawhid Imam, a footwear professional known to all, to come over and say something. He is one of the guy who convinced me to start this journey. So I personally very much thankful to him. So Tawhid, please say something and conclude the session.
So hello. I had a big presentation actually. I had a long presentation. So finally, due to different reason, and as you can see, I'm wearing a orange collar. So it means I'm a host. So I'm responsible for all the whatever happened. So there was some glitch in the program. So we could not do exactly the way we wanted to design it. But finally we are here. We had listened to all the esteemed guests so far. Just to share a little bit about the program or this Footwear Digest, I think it's a new initiative, especially for footwear. I know in RMG, in textile today, we have my friend here as well. So there are a lot of things happening. We want to do something positive, data-driven, that will help to do finally the branding of Bangladesh. I think this is what is missing today. I think we spoke about Vietnam, China, and maybe some other countries. The main, if we have to put only one word, one phrase, that what is missing and how Footwear Digest is going to help the industry, I think by branding Bangladesh. And I think from the beginning we were speaking about that footwear, we are skilled. I think our efficiency is as well as good as Vietnam. We have a lot of industries. In 13 years, Marshall reached from 1 pair to 20 million pairs, I think. Okay, it's an example only. I think there are a lot of people who are doing great things. The only challenge I believe is to reach outside Bangladesh. We are a little bit today as an island. We are playing as an island, so we need to find a way to build a bridge with the mainland. And yeah, that's all, nothing more. And thank you very, very much. I reached out some of you personally, some of you with some faces, with some windows that will work much better than me maybe. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your time. And I think it's a very unique combination of people as well. We have association, we have our academician, I have my direct teachers here. Thank you for coming. Thank you to all the industrialists. Thank you for the buyers from who has been here and listened to this amazing evening, amazing speakers that we have in this evening. Thank you, and see you soon again, I believe, and good night.
So we humbly request you all to have dinner. Dinner is being served. So thanks again.